concerning Daddy that these guys may answer. Why did our dad give Sonny the nickname of High Fear? Where did that come from? He used to call him High Fear all the time.
Okay, we was all in line. I have a boxcar. We was stupid, and there's an old black man that lived right next to the railroad track, and he helped us, and his name was High Fear. Okay. And so when, of course, at that time, Sonny was pretty deliberate. He worked, but he worked slow, but he worked steady. And that's the way High Fear was. He would just, I guess at the time, he must have been 70 at the time, and he would be working all the time. When we was gone, he'd be loosening the line, and then she'd have to still and up again. And Sonny had some traumatic experiences. He always was trying out things. So one of these little rims you talked about, you know, that you built your own thing to push him down the road. Anyway, he put that on his head.
Wow.
And then he couldn't get it. and then he got his hand stuck in a jar. He pushed it in there and he couldn't get it. So he was always experienced.
Very slow and very deliberate, but he did it. So he was High Fear.
Yeah, that's where he got the name, because of you know, just always doing something.
I always heard him referred to as that and never knew why.
That's the reason.
Well, I have a funny story about Grandpa. Several funny stories, but I'll just tell one. That when we went to stay at their house, we always slept on the rollaway bed. I don't know where they put Daniel, but Mom and Dad were always in the guest room. And I don't know for sure where they put him. The three of us were on the couch, little couch hideout thing. And even though the bathroom was like 12 steps, Grandpa always had this pot that he kept in his room, which I never figured that out. But even as a child, I just learned not to question. And so we're laying there and we're giggling and snickering like a bunch of little...
That's the problem, being the younger part of the family. You don't know what they did.
You want me to tell the story I remember about you?
Oh, no, tell her no.
It can't be good, but go ahead.
That doesn't sound good.
We had moved from the farm to Galatia. But Dad still was going back and forth and farming all the time. Well, the house was still there, and the garage was still there, and Dad had the big tank out there that he kept the gas in for the tractors and stuff. Well, he'd go over there to work, try to fill up the tractors, and somebody'd steal the gas out of the gas can.
You didn't do that.
Out of that big old tank. So Dad says, we're going to find out who this is sometime. So it was a pretty Sunday afternoon, and we were in Galatia, and we drove over there. I'll be darned, we drove up that lane, and it was in the middle of the afternoon, and there was 3 guys in there stealing gas.
Hey, how many did he catch? I don't want he didn't catch it. In fact, I was home sitting in the living room about at least I didn't get caught.
Rosemary, you got anything? When you first got married, how wonderful Uncle Max was? Oh, it was wonderful.
How did you meet Max?
Well, met him at Mount Vernon or Groy, and that woman that got the other ring, right? Somebody probably.
Yeah.
CF probably, yeah. People do, and Mom and Dad are like, y'all be quiet in there. So we're trying to be quiet. Well, you know, the more you try to be quiet and lay still, the worse it gets. And then all of a sudden we hear Grandma say, what? And Grandpa said something, and Grandma said, "What?" And Grandpa said, "I said I kicked my pot." There was no telling us to be quiet. I thought the bucket was hot.
Yeah.
Any other stories? Just tell me some. Yeah, you got another story. No, I don't.
Come on.
Some are too dear to even talk about yet.
Oh, you got one, Charles? Okay.
One dad always told me, him and Uncle Freeman, they catch them not going, they go to his house and get their fingers down in peanut butter jar, and they'd eat it, and then they'd level it out. He said he'd come in and he said, "Where's my peanut butter?" I said, "I ain't ate that much peanut butter." And they said they done that off and on for a long time.
Oh, well, I might as well tell the story of Dad if we're talking about peanut butter. Dad likes to eat peanut butter, and Mom hides it from him because if she doesn't...
Not anymore.
Because if
Likely
she doesn't
story.
hide it from him, he'd eat the whole thing. So he was like, "You know what, woman? My money's paying for this. I want to eat it, I'm going to eat it."
And he used the word woman, too.
Yeah.
That-
So
yeah.
he found where she was hiding it. And so when she was gone, he got it out. He ate the middle out of it. And the outside looks just like it's full. He goes and puts it back. Oh, yeah. So she gets ready, gets it out to make something, and there's nothing in there.
Just a jar with peanut butter coated around the edge.
But tell Mom what you used to, where you used to hide it so he couldn't find it.
Well, Andrew liked his recliner very much. And it was a very good place to hide the peanut butter, was underneath the recliner, because whenever the lid's down, the feet are down, he wouldn't see it. When they're up, he's in the chair.
Don't think about it.
And so we came, and there's actually pictures of us floating around somewhere, and there's a picture of me either sitting or standing next to Grandpa, because when we got there, he knew he hadn't seen me before. So he went, Daniel, he said, "Bring that girl over here and let me talk to her." I didn't know what to think, so I came and sat down. He wanted to know what church I went to. He wanted to know who my people were, just kind of figuring out. And of course, I was raised in a social brethren church, which is, kind of like General Baptist down in Hardin County. And he told Daniel that's okay. The Bible said to go in the highways and the byways and the social brethren church.
Grocery shopping. I thought that was the highlight of my year, to go with Aunt Margaret to the grocery store. But we didn't know anything else to play as kids. All four of us, we'd get out there and we'd play church. And we had 3 girls and Daniel. But Daniel never got to be anybody. He just got to sit in there audience and listen. But we had Brother Daddy, and that was Karen. Brother Uncle Freeman, and that was Joy. And I got to be Brother Grandpa.
And what were you
in charge. And he just sat out in the audience. We had him as a congregational member.
Yeah, I had to give the tithe.
We had the best church services, I'm telling you what. But that's all we knew. That's all we knew was to play church. And we didn't know really how to play church. We just, imitated what we had seen at church. And we prayed in warm weather. We prayed in rain. We prayed Mommy wouldn't be mean anymore.
That's great. That's great.
And it all came true. Old, maybe not even that old. But I got it all figured out that, everything in this whole world, the problem is Satan. So, if I can just pray and believe, I am going to pray that Satan gets saved. I said, Daddy, I've been praying, and nothing's happening. And he got a little bit of a kick out of it when he found out who I was praying for. I was just praying for the devil to get saved, Daddy. So then he broke the bad news to me and told me it wasn't going to happen, to save my